Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channel and welcome to your December 2021 horoscope. And I'll go over the energies that are present for you for the month of December. So it is Sagittarius season, Aquarius, and it is the holiday season. And so people are moving around, and that includes you. Sagittarius, the sun, is in your 11th house of friends and acquaintances, of your hopes and your dreams. So that is a highlight for you this month, and you may be getting out there and mixing and mingling, getting to know people, and thinking and talking about concepts and philosophies and where you stand and just overall the issues in the world. Mercury is there, and so that is the mind and that is communication, and that's all about your 11th house issues. So it's going to be meaningful, hopefully, for you this month, Aquarius. You also have had a very heavy transit in your 12th house for a long time. Pluto is transiting your 12th house of what's hidden, of what we sense and feel, but we can't always see. It rules dreams. It is sometimes a house that astrology describes as a scary house because it's a lot of what we don't know. And, it can be we can be a little unsure of what's happening. That's where our intuition comes in. So when you have a planet like Pluto transiting it that wants to blow things up and transform them, build them into something different, when that's sitting in the 12th house, which is deep deep inside your subconscious, it can be pretty uncomfortable. So, Pluto is the planet of death and transformation. And so in your mind, you could be very preoccupied with those issues. A Pluto transit in the 12th house can bring up a lot of old issues for review. It's sort of unpacking psychological baggage. It can make you feel like you're kind of losing control. It could change your dream space quite a bit. You could be having, dreams that are very, very profound and significant, but of a very deep meaning. So that is a heavy transit. And the reason that I bring that up for the month of December is because Venus is in Capricorn as well. So it's traveling in your 12th house with Pluto, and that is drawing into that Pluto experience, that transit experience, your values, what's important to you. So love and money and everything that you find valuable. When that's going through your 12th house, that can just add some extra intensity to the Pluto transit that you're already experiencing. On a mundane level in life, the 12th house is also what's hidden. And so with the Venus transiting in there with Pluto, that could, be some kind of a hidden love, right? So maybe you've met somebody, but you're not ready to bring them out into the physical reality. You're just sort of reviewing how that fits into your life. I certainly hope that if you're in a relationship, you don't find out when Venus comes out of there that there was something in a relationship you're in now that is actually hidden. Whatever it is that happens in there with Venus regarding, what it is that you find valuable and important, just look, it was supposed to happen. So as this Venus transit conjuncts Pluto, which it is right now conjunct, and it will go retrograde on Sunday. Venus will stay in Capricorn through the beginning of March. So it'll stay in that house for you. It's a very long transit that will give you time to review and to understand what might be going on in your subconscious, what might be coming up from behind the veil for you to review. So by the time that transit finishes, you will hopefully have something become clearer to you in terms of what you value: love, relationships, possibly your relationship with money. Uh, Mercury has also moved in to that house on the 13th, just a couple of days ago, out of Sagittarius. And so Mercury is the mind and it is the messenger. So that could add some busyness to that energy that is already in there with Venus and Pluto conjunct. That could actually spark some intuition for you, some messages coming through dreams. So pay attention to that. You know, Capricorn in its intuitive space, it's very clear messages. They can be very prophetic. So Mercury will travel through and add to that energy. You also have this month, we also have this month, Neptune coming out of retrograde. And Neptune is the planet of dreams, it's the planet of spirituality, it's the planet of healing. It can also represent illusions and deceit, and we may not be seeing clearly. That planet has been transiting your second house of values, which includes your own self esteem and how you value yourself. It's also your earned income, how you save money, how you spend money. You when with Neptune in retrograde part of this year, since the summer, since June, you may have had some confusion and some issues going on in that area of life. You may have been keeping it to yourself because you may not have been able to understand exactly what's going on. So now that Neptune has gone direct and it is moving forward, you should be able to see something, a clear path forward in terms of your value and your comfort, how you feel about yourself, or how you're feeling about the things in your life that you love, the relationships that you value, or your actual earned income, how you're valued in your job. So Neptune can provide healing, and as it moves forward, it can continue to lift the fog out of that area and just sort of, you know, open your eyes to where it is that you need to go, so your mind can become much clearer when Neptune goes direct. So hopefully that is happening for you. Aquarius, also I want to, well, we had Mars. You had a Mars transit in Scorpio, and that was transiting in Scorpio since November and just moved out of Scorpio a few days ago as well on the 13th. And that was transiting in your 10th house of career and public image. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, so that Mars action would be of a very intense nature. It could have been of a very transactional nature. There could have been something regarding power and control going on in that house for you during the month of November, all the way through to mid-December. And, you know, there could have been some kind of action taken that created a very significant change in your career, maybe in your public image, or your high level commitments. So as Mars has moved into the 11th house in Sagittarius, it should be a much lighter energy, something that you can move through a little bit quicker. Hopefully that was a pleasant transit. There was nothing all too intense that came out of that for you. Uh, Also, I want to mention for you, Aquarius, the transit in your first house of Jupiter and Saturn. It's been in there for a long time. And Saturn likes to be in Aquarius, so it works well there. And Saturn likes to build things over time. It's the father of the sky. So, you know, it gets better as time goes by. And, you know, the Saturn transits are very long. So it gives us some time to really build something that that we're looking to accomplish. And in the first house, which is the house of the self, it's how we show up in the world, how people see us. And being in Aquarius, which is, you know, in Saturn, is wanting to build something that actually breaks through barriers, is a bit revolutionary. Aquarius is the rebel of the zodiac, and it also wants to bring people together. So you could have been trying to emulate that in your personality and in your actions out there in the world. Jupiter, that has been traveling along with Saturn in that house, can expand that energy. And I would say the biggest thing to be careful of in that area would be to try not, you can't be everything to everybody, right? So if you spread yourself too thin and then you find after the dust has settled that you have to try and meet all of those needs, or you have to try and actually stand for and have people see you for what it is that you are trying to accomplish. You know, you want to make sure that you set those goals at a reasonable in a reasonable place, something that you could actually follow through with. So, you know, that's a good transit to have if you're moving forward slowly and you're planning something that's actually going to accomplish you know, a revolutionary breakthrough for you, or, you know, how people see you. But, you know, it's just, it's important to be careful that people don't see you doing things off the wall, right? Explain yourself, you know, and contemplate very carefully what it is that you want to do. So Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, is going to move into Pisces at the end of the month, and that's where the healing begins. That's where we get a higher level view of what it is that we were trying to work on. That is a spiritual energy, and that will be moving into your second house of values and comfort and what's important to you, along with Neptune. So we should be seeing some very we should be seeing luck come in, and also, you know, having Jupiter there giving us the confidence to actually expand on what we've been working on. And for you, that's the first house, so that's the self. So, you know, any folks around you or you yourself might notice a renewed sense or of who you are, and going forward, you know, settling into something that actually makes you feel like you've done something for humanity in general, which is what Aquarius likes to do. So hopefully that information was helpful. And I will see you again in January and talk about the energies that are available to you for the beginning of the year. And in the meantime, I'm wishing you a very happy holiday season, and I will talk to you soon.